Among the most potent natural occurrences on Earth, earthquakes can quickly cause massive devastation and fatalities. A number of seismic events have stood out in history because of their extraordinary magnitudes and catastrophic effects. In this video, we will highlight the 10 most powerful earthquakes ever recorded. Number 10. Valdivia Earthquake. With a magnitude of 9.5 on the moment magnitude scale, the May 22, 1960 Valdivia Earthquake is the strongest earthquake ever detected. The southern Chilean town of Valdivia was the epicenter of the quake, which lasted for about 10 minutes and left a path of catastrophic destruction in its wake. Strong earthquakes caused landslides and building collapses, especially in Valdivia and the neighboring towns. A huge tsunami caused by the earthquake struck nations like Japan, the Philippines, New Zealand, and the west coast of the United States as it traveled across the Pacific Ocean. In certain places, the tsunami waves reached heights of more than 25 meters, resulting in further destruction and fatalities. 5,700 people are thought to have died as a result of the disaster, and thousands more were injured and displaced. Significant progress in tsunami warning systems, earthquake engineering, and disaster preparedness was spurred by the Valdivia earthquake, which also had an impact on global seismically active regions' policies and practices. Number 9. Great Alaska Earthquake. The Great Alaska Earthquake, which struck Prince William Sound on March 27, 1964, had a moment magnitude of 9.2. This earthquake, which lasted between 3 and 5 minutes, is the strongest one ever recorded in North America. Large-scale landslides, subsidence, and fissures in the ground were caused by the tremors. In the city of Anchorage, entire neighborhoods were destroyed. In certain places, the earthquake caused tsunamis that rose as high as 220 feet 67 meters, completely submerging coastal communities and leaving a large number of people dead. About 140 people lost their lives as a result of the earthquake and the ensuing tsunamis. In addition, the incident resulted in the destruction of utilities, roads, and bridges, depriving many locals of basic services. The accident forced Alaska to review its emergency response plans and building codes, which resulted in the creation of the Alaska Tsunami Warning Center and enhancements to the state's seismic preparedness and monitoring systems. Number 8. Sumatra Earthquake. The magnitude of the Sumatra Earthquake, which struck on December 26, 2004 off the coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia, was 9.1. One of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history, this undersea megathrust earthquake caused a series of devastating tsunamis that impacted 14 countries bordering the Indian Ocean. The Indo-Australian and Eurasian tectonic plate boundaries, where the oceanic plate subducts beneath the continental plate, are where the epicenter of the earthquake was situated. The subsequent tsunamis caused catastrophic devastation in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, and other countries when they struck without much notice. Waves that traveled inland and reached heights of up to 30 meters destroyed entire communities and claimed many lives. Between 230,000 and 280,000 people are estimated to have died, and millions more are displaced and in need of humanitarian aid. The disaster made clear how urgently better tsunami warning systems and international collaboration in disaster response were needed, which is why the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning System was created. Number 7. Tohoku Earthquake. The Tohoku earthquake struck Japan on March 11, 2011, with a magnitude of 9.1. The earthquake lasted roughly 6 minutes and had its epicenter off the northeastern coast of Honshu, the main island of Japan. Violent shaking and a massive tsunami that inundated coastal towns and cities to a height of up to 40.5 meters were caused by the seismic event. Over 18,000 people died as a result of the disaster, and thousands more were injured and left homeless. In addition to catastrophically damaging buildings, bridges, and roads, the tsunami also caused the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant to fail, releasing radioactive materials into the surrounding area. This nuclear accident affected public health and safety for a long time and had a big impact on Japan's energy policies. Improved building codes and emergency management practices resulted from Japan's reevaluation of disaster preparedness and response strategies following the Tohoku earthquake. Number 6. Kamchatka Earthquake. The 9.0 magnitude Kamchatka earthquake struck on November 4, 1952, close to the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. Despite being one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded, the amount of damage and casualties were limited due to its remote location. A tsunami created by the earthquake made its way across the Pacific Ocean and affected places as far away as Hawaii, where it slightly damaged coastal infrastructure. Thankfully, there were no confirmed deaths from the earthquake itself because not many people lived in the impacted area. In seismology, the event is important because it adds to our knowledge of the interactions between tectonic plates in the area, especially the subduction of the Pacific Plate beneath the North American Plate. The earthquake highlighted the significance of tracking and researching seismic events in this tectonically active region, which is the Kamchatka Peninsula, which is a part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area known for its high seismic activity. Number 5. Assam-Tibet Earthquake. With a magnitude of 8.6, the Assam-Tibet earthquake occurred on August 15, 1950, not far from the India-Tibet border. The epicenter of the earthquake, which devastated much of northeastern India and Tibet, was situated in a seismically active area. Widespread feeling was experienced by the tremors, and major damage was reported in the Assamese city of Tezpur, where buildings collapsed and infrastructure was badly affected. There have been reports of ground fissures and changes in river courses, and the earthquake caused landslides and other landscape changes. This was one of the deadliest earthquakes in the history of the region. Estimates of the number of fatalities range from 1,500 to 3,000. The incident prompted more study into earthquake preparedness and response plans in the area, and increased awareness of the seismic risks in the Himalayas. Understanding the tectonic processes governing seismic activity in the Himalayan region requires a thorough understanding of the Assam-Tibet earthquake. Number 4. Rat Islands Earthquake. The magnitude 8.7 Rat Islands earthquake occurred on February 4, 1965. This earthquake, which occurred in Alaska's Aleutian Islands, was notable for its strength but caused little damage and few casualties because it happened in a sparsely populated area. A tsunami was indeed caused by the earthquake, but because of its remote location, its effects were minimal. Seismologists found great significance in the event because it gave them important information about how tectonic plates behave in the Aleutian subduction zone, which is the area where the Pacific Plate is pushing under the North American Plate. Understanding the connection between massive subduction zone earthquakes and the creation of tsunamis was aided by the Rat Islands earthquake. This earthquake served as a reminder of the continued seismic risks that Alaskan coastal communities face and the significance of keeping an eye on seismic activity in the area, even though no confirmed fatalities were reported. Number 3. Ecuador-Colombia Earthquake. The 8.8 magnitude Ecuador-Colombia earthquake struck on January 31, 1906. The epicenter of the earthquake was off the coast of Ecuador, and it severely damaged parts of Colombia as well as Ecuador. There were further casualties and property losses as a result of the tsunami that the earthquake caused to strike coastal areas. There were approximately 1,000 fatalities from the disaster, mostly from the tsunami and building collapses. And the tremors were felt as far away as Panama and Colombia. Numerous roads, railroads, ports, and other infrastructure were severely damaged by the earthquake, which interfered with local communication and transportation. The incident brought attention to the seismic risks that Ecuadorian and Colombian coastal communities face and sparked more research into the region's earthquake response and preparedness plans. One of the most important earthquakes in South America's seismic history is still the Ecuador-Colombia earthquake. Number 2. Maule Earthquake. With a magnitude of 8.8, the Maule earthquake occurred on February 27, 2010, off the coast of central Chile. This earthquake, which lasted for about 3 minutes, was among the strongest in Chilean history. The earthquake severely damaged the region's homes, businesses, and infrastructure, with its epicenter being close to Concepcion. The earthquake caused a tsunami that hit coastal areas, resulting in about 525 confirmed deaths. The tremors were felt as far away as Buenos Aires, Argentina. Many residents were left isolated as a result of the disaster's widespread power outages and disruptions to the transportation system. Following the incident, the government of Chile dispatched emergency response teams and received foreign aid to support the country's recovery efforts. As Chile is located along the Pacific Ring of Fire, the Maule earthquake brought attention to the continuous seismic risks the country faces and led to changes in building codes and disaster preparedness procedures. Number 1. Indian Ocean Earthquakes. A strong 8.6 earthquake occurred off the coast of Indonesia on April 11, 2012. The fact that this earthquake happened in an area known for its seismic activity added significance to its magnitude. The earthquake was felt over a large area, including portions of India, Thailand, and Malaysia, with its epicenter off the west coast of northern Sumatra. The magnitude of the earthquake was relatively small. Only 10 deaths were officially recorded, most of them from panic attacks and associated incidents. Although there was a chance for tsunamis, which made the event closely watched, the immediate threat was reduced and no large tsunamis were produced. The Indian Ocean earthquake of 2012 served as a warning about the region's continued seismic risk as well as the value of early warning systems and preparedness. Also emphasized how far tsunami response and monitoring have come since the devastating Sumatra earthquake in 2004. To sum up, these 10 most powerful earthquakes have had a significant influence on our comprehension of seismic activity and the significance of being prepared for emergencies. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.